extend my felicitations to our Christian brothers and sisters on this joyous season of Christmas. May the good Lord grant you and all yours unlimited joy and sustained happiness. May His divine intervention grant our dear country Nigeria tranquility, peace, and prosperity. Let us remain steadfast in prayers for a greater Nigeria after the elections of next year that will be a shining example for our present and future generations. Merry Christmas. May God bless you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Let the hope symbolized by this season of celebration also herald our renewed hope in the Nigerian of our dreams. May the joy and the great gift of Christmas be the renewed hope that we can and will forge a better Nigeria with the help and guidance of Almighty God above. May God bless Nigeria, bless you. Merry Christmas to all of you.
Celebrate with all.
Like in all the nations of the world, the powerful political elites will determine who governs us. Like a proverbial knees on our necks, this nation is choking. We can no longer breathe. There is a shortage of air. We need to allow this nation thrive. I'm pleading with you tonight on behalf of millions of our people, more than 10 million of their children who are out of school, and more than half of the population who are in abject poverty. This nation cannot be taken as a private enterprise anymore. You, the ordinary Nigerian, can no longer keep quiet. The nation belongs to all of us. And this time around again, no sitting on the fence. We must speak up to rescue this nation. The continent of Africa is waiting for its giant to rise up and flourish. That is why 2023 election is a make or mar. Look, this nation cannot make a mistake with the choice of its next leader. It is a must we get it right. If you employ the best hands to run your private companies, we should have the best of us run the affairs of this nation. We must get leadership right, not only at the center, but across the states. Knowledge, crisis management skills, character and integrity, vision and courage to make tough decisions, effective communication skills, ability to unite the nation. Leaders who cannot show these traits cannot be hired. Enough is enough. Nigeria, arise. Vote and vote right. And your time is...
The thing I need all of you to know is this. I am not unmindful of the sacrifices that you have made to be here today. May the grace of God find and locate you wherever you are. Amen. It is not ever an easy journey when you are fighting if. Yes. At all. But some years back, before I started this work, God told me very clearly, and I heard it very clearly. He says, once have I spoken. Once has He spoken, twice have I heard. He says, the truth is enough. It is the only weapon by which you can slay the monster called Nigeria. The truth, nothing else. In my public advocacy, in my fight and my wars against this evil empire that we all live in, I have never lied against anyone. Yeah. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know. That's true.
Somebody for the background, say that is true. How you tell no say it's true? Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
You asked. Any Nigerian who is still hanging around waiting for 2023 to change Nigeria is a fool. Line 20 Daily Faro me up and ask them to become president of Nigeria. 20 of me, 20. Multiply their brain power by 10, factor of 10. And then force them to operate the 1999 Constitution with the governance system that is enshrined in it. We shall fail spectacularly. The problem of Nigeria can never be resolved by personnel changes. The system is designed with impunity undergirding it, and it can never deliver anything positive to the Nigerian peoples. Be those Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, whatever they care to be. Make an Igbo man president of Nigeria in 2023, and force him to operate the 1999 Constitution, complete waste of time. Ndi Igbo will continue to suffer the brunt of the wickedness of the Nigerian state. Every Nigerian is rendered stateless by the 1999 Constitution. It is an iniquitous, wicked, and evil document. It has nothing good for the Nigerian people. And the longer we continue to fool ourselves believing, and let me enter one quick caveat. Our rulers are actually very intelligent when they care to be, especially when it comes to their own preservation. And I know as a fact that they're already making noises about restructuring in Abuja. The Mace Snatcher and the Lawan and that one that calls himself Baja, all of them are sat there running helter-skelter, cobbling together some lies that they intend to sell to us as constitutional, what do they call it, amendment. Let's be clear. You cannot continue to build on top of lies. You can't sustain that lie. And as long as justice is missing in a place, you continue to have strife. We need to tell ourselves the truth, and that truth is that the closest we can come to normalcy in Nigeria is to have a return to the original agreements that founded this country. Those agreements are very clear in their fundamentals. One of them, federal system. Nigeria is today not a federal system. Let's stop lying to ourselves. The word federal was brought to life by the American election. Each state has its own electoral body because it is essentially a country within a larger country. That was what our fathers agreed. Nobody agreed a situation where a clueless man will sit down inside a rock and begin to issue edicts and diktats to every other person. Nobody signed on for that in 1960. All the constitutional conferences, beginning from 1948 all the way to the 1951, all the way to 1960, each and every one of them was very clear and unambiguous. Nigeria was meant to be a federal system based on parliamentary democracy. It wasn't by accident that our fathers settled on parliamentary democracy. They wanted to make democracy as close to the people as it could be. So it simply meant that if you're a parliamentarian, you knew your people knew you. It was the aggregation of the parliamentarians that determined who became the prime minister, and they were also the ones at the regional level who determined who became the premier. So democracy was devolved. It was easier for the people to become involved. What we have today is not a democracy. What we have today is not a federation. We've just become a nation of liars who readily accept every lie that we are told.
You are watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What all the people who have helped to institutionalize this madness would have found is that they have helped to promote the reign of evil. Because if this evil is condoned in relation to one, it is institutionalized in relation to all.
I'm desperate to see Nigeria work.
No, be desperate.
And because I've been inside, I know it is presently a criminal enterprise. It must be dismantled. And that's how Africa is. Because as governor, I can take my state money and come here and buy a house. Buy a house all over the world that I don't need. So that's what we need to dismantle. If we dismantle it, it will work. There's no reason why we should be where we are. Today, secondary school penetration in Nigeria is 28%. China is 90%. It shouldn't be. We can do more.
So we are waiting to
People protested when I was governor. They even caused strike. They shut down our schools for months, our hospitals for months, well verified. We need more transparency. And when you talk about transparency in terms of figures, you show it, you elucidate it. Figures are not 1 + 1 is 2. It's not something you say it's just 2 because of. Tell us how we arrived at it and we'll believe. And when we talk about subsidy, I've continuously said, if we are removing subsidy, what are we replacing it with? Where are we applying that subsidy we removed to? So if you say to me, I've removed subsidy, I'm going to use it to build this number of classrooms to be able to pull out of school children into school so we can verify and follow and track those schools. Where we have issue in health, primary health care, especially issue of infant mortality, removal of resources will enable us to build this number of primary health cares in different, so that we can measure it. So you don't remove something without saying what is replaced and where are we moving our money to. Or it's helping us to manage our debts. This is it. This. But here we have fuel subsidy removed, the debt is increasing, and we're not seeing anything. We have to continue our journey on democracy. It's government of the people, for the people, and by the people. However, we need to tweak it where we have some level of parliamentary system in it, like it's in South Africa. So we need to deal with issue of more scrutiny in our expenditure, in our borrowing, in efforts to be able to ensure that our scarce resources is prioritized to areas of urgent need for development, from security, food, all those areas, education. I'm not preoccupied about 2027 election. I'm preoccupied by Nigerians eating today and having a better life. I've said it before, my politics is not about the election. I am not desperate to be president, and I don't want to. What I want to hear is that fuel prices are coming down, bread is getting cheaper, Nigerians are not. You cannot be talking about 38 million Nigerians facing hunger, and I'm talking about next election. Let's talk about hunger. Let's talk about managing our resources today. Let's talk about doing the right thing, the right behavior, showing example to the younger ones, growing up that we're leaders. I've said that everybody, they have right to protest. I've said it before. I would discuss with every protester. They even won government months before they did that. I would sit down and discuss with them. People protested when I was governor. They even called strike. They shut down our schools for months, our hospitals for months. Well verified. I was talking with them. I didn't come down. I have never, as a politician, as a governor, for one day, go and ask any policeman, say, please, stop somebody. Talk less of arresting the person. It shouldn't be. In a democracy, people have right to say no. I've said it every day. If I'm managing this facility and everybody loves me, I will resign. This is me. Wherever I am, I believe that I have enemies. My job is to convince them. If everybody loves me, then there's a problem. There's people who hate me because I'm just Peter. They don't even need to give me any reason. It is my job to convince them on why it should be. I convince the teachers why we should return schools to missionaries, and they've seen the result. I convince them why we should go to the missionary facilities, the Ministry of Health, and build school of nursing and midwifery. You just have to. It's a constant thing. That's why you're a leader. You're a communicator. You listen, you talk to the people. It's not a question of what the young ones, I'll meet them. The agitators, the protesters, I will be talking to them.
You think leadership is a common case? No. Esther said, if I perish, I perish. Whenever you are in leadership, look at what happened to Donald Trump. In America, where security is everywhere. Yet 2 times now they wanted to kill him. Every profession has its own risk. If you're not willing to take the risk that is attached to any profession, step aside so that people who are given that mind by God will go ahead and serve God in that capacity. If you're an actor and an actress and you say you're not going to hug babes and you're not going to kiss them, step aside. Because that's what the job is. Don't come and say you're a born-again Christian. That's what the job entails. If you're a politician and you can't stand for your people that voted for you, and because you don't want to die, step aside. Because that's what the job entails. Any politician that is not behaving like Simfubara, who will resist and protest when his rights are trampled upon, knowing that our judicial system, knowing that our electoral system have failed us, that any politician who will not stand his ground, no matter the risk to his person, I said I will not speak for that politician again, and I maintain it. And you can see what is happening, because we can't go forward. We calm down. If Simfubara has been saying calm down, do you know where Rivers State would have been? He said he's ready for them. He's fully prepared. The election must go on. The election must hold. Winners must be declared. They will be sworn in. And whatever is going to happen, let it happen. I am looking for leaders who would say nobody will rig my election. And if you rig my election, I will fight. Nigerians, come out and fight. If they kill anybody, let them kill all of us. Oh yes, and thank God I'm seeing it happen. What Fubara did, was he advocating for violence? Was he advocating that the law should be broken? No. He was advocating for his right. That's my opinion. That's my advocacy. We must advocate for our right and stand by it. I did not disqualify anybody. I don't have that right. I said I am not going to speak for anybody going forward except this person meets this criteria. In any case, we have finished 2023 election. It's over. 2027 election has not come. So anybody who is saying betrayal, what am I betraying? There is nothing on ground. When I was a spokesman in 2023, I did my job creditably well, and we convinced Nigerians on what we believe is right. But you can see that in Nigeria, you not only have to have the power to win election, you have to have the power to defend your election. So anybody that does not have that spirit or power to defend the votes in a manner that you would say, whatever happens to me as a person, let it happen. I am not willing to speak any further for the person. So what I just simply said is that going forward, I will no longer be part of this until these fears are addressed. So I did not disqualify anybody. One, I don't have that power. Then two, I am not betraying anybody because I'm still a member of Labour Party. And you can see I'm still fighting that Labour Party should be consolidated because Nigerians are looking for an alternative to these people. That if you want to fight these people who are compulsive thieves and who are the worst amongst us, leading us, according to Senator Ndume, who is part of them, then you have to grow higher and be more aggressive than calm down. That's what I said, and I stand by it. In all honesty, I would have said we don't. But because I'm a student of theology, I would not say so. Because when Elijah thought he was the only person that was worshiping God, God said, no, you're not the only person. There are more than 7,000 persons like you still in that country that have not done anything evil. I know them. So the only thing we have to do in this country, we must not be sentimentally attached to anybody, any politician. We must not be loyal to political parties or politicians. We have to be loyal to the country and to the law. And if any law is, if any law is unjust, we have to fight the law. If anybody is doing anything illegal, no matter who the person is, we have to fight the person. So in Nigeria, we must create the environment so that those 7,000 that we do not know who are leaders will be able to begin to emerge. If the good ones keep quiet, they will never emerge. When people say people are selling their votes, you know why they are selling their votes? Because they believe that even if they vote their conscience, it will not count. Not because they want to be corrupt. They saw what happened in 2023. I was an active participant in that election of 2023. They did not sell their votes. But after, it did not count. So they'll be like, why would I go and say I'm voting for my conscience when it will not count? If I'm going to take this money, at least it will be what I gain. So if we don't fight, we are...
Welcome to Honor Politics. Maybe we just run through the headlines. I see some interesting headlines that are just coming in. This one says DSS reportedly arrests Mahdi Shehu over alleged misleading video. Mahdi Shehu, I think I talked about Mahdi Shehu and David Odeyin regarding Niger. Once in Bola Tinubu won David Odeyin said Bola Tinubu won his military invade Niger in support of France. That was late last year. Today, Mahdi said Nigeria wants to use France to destabilize the same Niger. So I got confused. Apparently, maybe the DSS too, but let's see what DSS did. Say popular activist and political commentator based in Kaduna, Mahdi Shehu, has been reportedly arrested by operative of the Department of State Security Service following allegations reported to a misleading video that possessed potential risks to national security. According to renowned counter-terrorist, no, counter-insurgents experts, and concentrating on the Lake Chad region, Zagazola Makama. Shehu was arrested over the weekend after the said video circulated widely on social media, raising alarm regarding its sensitive content. What could that be? Anyway, that the presidency slammed Shehu and accused him of attempting to cause anarchy in northern Nigeria. Shehu has recently made several allegations against the federal government about establishing a French military base in Nigeria northwest. Military base. Why Kilon Kwensin? The current president, the head of state of Niger, is accusing the Bola Tinubu administration of allowing military presence, quote unquote. Shows a military base. Now I understand why the federal government has said there's no military base, but they are not denying that they are French military present, but they deny that they are not military base. It's making sense now. He also shared a video claiming to show Nigerian and French troops offloading suppliers in coordinated operation. Although Shehu promptly removed the video, it had already gone viral across social media platforms. In a post via X on Friday, the special advisor to the president on social media, Olusegun Dada, stated that Mahdi Shehu is hell-bent on burning northern Nigeria with the use of old videos to pass off his allegation. Dada warned Nigerians to beware of fake news merchants like Shehu. Shehu Mahdi is in DSS custody. In a publication, however, on Monday, Makama said Shehu is currently being held in custody in Kaduna and may soon face legal proceedings. Mekema quoted source to have suggested that the charge pertaining to the dissemination of outdated footage that inaccurately applies to the Nigerian government was planning to establish a French military base in the northern western region. He noted that authorities are said to have issued instruction for Shehu arraignment while ensuring that his rights are protected as expected during his detention. Furthermore, it has been highlighted that Shehu has a history of legal troubles, including a previous arrest for attempted extortion, as noted by the former Attorney General Abubakar Malami. Okay. Shehu legal representative argued that the arrest was politically motivated and linked to the demand for an investigation into the former President Mohamed Buhari and his associates. Holy shit. In contrast, Malami confirmed maintained that Shehu was detained for extortion and related offenses. Let's see if there's going to be. I was tempted to actually ask a question during this daily faro to me or do that. What is the northern folks saying about it? But I couldn't go ahead with it because I don't really do work. I never really pay attention to how the northerns will actually respond to it. So I didn't want to open a floor for all sorts of claims and allegations. So now that Mahadi Sani Shehu has been picked up, are we going to see the same outcry? I mean, not with the same parallel with with Dele Parodini. Egba Mimura help me out. I mean, is it not really the same thing? I mean, that one are police, this one are DSS. Anyway, that's one of the airlines that is just coming in. Then I saw, wait, see Fubara. Fubara presented 1.1 trillion budget. That are like three states combined for some places. So I know there's some states that are like 200 and something, 300 and something billion, 400 billion, 500 billion. What's Lagos State? Let me see what Lagos State's budget is. And I see why Wiki they do and do Abi. It's not even up to a trillion. Holy moly. How? Somebody way Kulata. Kulata, that be my target for here. Come on to come and explain this to me. How come Lagos? Wait a minute. Wait. Make I know. Make I know. Make I know play already say aloud. So this is from Baba. They say today, this was November. Today, I presented the Lagos State 2025 budget to the House of Assembly, outlining my priority for the outcoming year. For the coming year, sorry, the proposed budget total, okay, 3 trillion. I thought I think it's an announcement or something. But so, AB, I greeted you. So 3 trillion. Okay, wait. So 3 trillion with a significant capital investment of nine. Okay, around 908.7 billion allocated to the key areas like tourism, agriculture, transportation, and infrastructure. I don't, okay, so now let me go back to the news that which I want to talk about Fubara. Maybe I greeted you. Please, I beg as you come in, like, share, and subscribe before we get into. I just read the headlines that are just coming in. Right, Madi Shehu has just been picked up by DSS for claiming that France, or allegedly saying France has a base in northern Nigeria, trying to set up a base. Why the head of state of what's it called, Niger, is saying that they have military presence. The federal government denied military base, but they never deny military presence. So as we speak, he has been picked up, and so Fuba represented 1.1 trillion. So you see why anybody will govern rivers, they raise his or ugly head, say he won't become president, which is I say suppose that money with they in charge of, right? So Fubara is 21.1 trillion after after Peter Odile has pick a side, right? Interesting development in Rivers anyway. So Rivers State Governor Similar Fubara on Monday presented the 2025 budget proposal of 1.1 trillion to the Victor Okore Jumbo-led State House of Assembly during the plenary section. The proposed appropriation bill titled "The Budget of Inclusive Growth." God, these people, man. God, I still like them. Inclusive growth. So it's telling Tinubu they come. That what be that your own budget of let me see, what's Tinubu's budget what's in title am again said. Budget wait, yes, budget of restoration entitled securing peace and rebuilding prosperity. Abi. So Fubara say what's Fubara? I think Fubara title is on. Fubara calling on budget of inclusive growth and development. Reflecting Governor Fubara Brooklyn for consolidating his administration achievement in 2024 while charting a sustainable development path for Rivers State. Governor Fubara, who arrived at the assembly complex with the members of his cabinet, they don't build another one, say they don't burn am down. They don't build another one. And his cabinet and other top officials outlined the fiscal year priority and funding strategies. He described the 2025 proposal as a testament to Rivers State's economic growth and efficient governance, emphasizing its focus on agriculture, education, healthcare, and infrastructure development. I dey laugh because for some reason I don't know where all this grammar they come from. When on the other hand, here and a wicked in battle. Anyway, so that's another headline. Let's see. Carter just President Jimmy Carter. I don't know. He just joined his ancestors at the age of 100. He was born in 1924 and he died 2024. And his presidency, I don't know, especially knowing the relationship he had with Obasanjo and he's the president. I think prior to that time, I be the only president that visited Nigeria. He's the first president, I should say, that visited Nigeria. So it's a very yeah, and Obasanjo has a very cordial relationship going on. You know, for that reason, I don't know. Then under him, Zimbabwe went through I don't know through a phase. It's just I have a mixed feeling for his administration. So the guy is he joined his ancestors. So it's a celebration of life pretty much going on. You can live to 100 years and so that gave Obasanjo opportunity to. I think he was on Arise this morning. I just see headline that he was on Arise this morning, running his mouth as usual. Um, let me see. I saw. Let me read one. I'll say, do not lose hope. Obasanjo reveal those responsible for Nigeria. Say Jimmy Carter understood power. He knew how to use it. Yeah, Obasanjo. I don't know. I don't know. I just have some kind. I feel some kind of when time Obasanjo, hit my subconsciousness. The former president of Olusegun Obasanjo has described the late president of the United States, Jimmy Carter, as a man who understood power. President Obasanjo said Carter was instrumental in ending the Israel-Egypt feud. He commended, has he ended? Oh, Israel-Egypt, okay, I got you. Failed in his diplomatic capacity. I don't know, boy. All right. That's a, that's a conversation for another day. Anyway, I disagree with him in terms of ending this war between Israel and Egypt, but we'll see. Capacity addressing the economic, political, and civil issue in America and the world. In an interview with Arise today, Monday, Obasanjo said that only the 39th president of the United States understood the war between Israel and Palestine. What the heck are you talking about, sir? So Jimmy Carter, as I have said, was a man who understood power, but he also understands that the duty of power is really not in using it, but in understanding it. I like these people, man. Use of words, and it's true. You have to give him that. Ambassador understand power. There's no way. No matter how you want to do it, he got that power. And check. Shegovie, don't insult my obedience. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. Maybe I should even do a full section on that, on Jimmy Carter, Obasanjo, and Nigeria. Because man, it was not a pretty. But anyway, I'll leave him. I'll leave that. Shegu, don't worry. Jimmy Carter, a great man. Okay, I hear. So now let's see. So I'll leave your man. I'll leave your man. But I know see, but I like the way he talked this. Jimmy Carter, as I have said, was a man who understand power. But he also understands that the duty of power is really not in using it, but in understanding it. What the fuck does that even mean? It does understand power. One person that I know never understood power and still don't understand power is Good Luck Jonathan. That's my only client. That's my only the only thing I have against Good Luck. You just can't have the most populous power nation on the continent under your grip, and you just lose that like that because you are saying that the blood of my blood is not what. I mean, nigga, fuck you. You know how many people die before you even become great to be president? The heck are you talking about? But anyway, since the make I know go on hard on Obasanjo, I know we'll go on hard on Good Luck. So let's leave that at that. ABOV, you see what Trump is saying about the Panama Canal? Hey, come on, man! I tell you, I said the world by within the next 10 years they're going to design the map of the world. I understand what it is. They don't get choice. What it is supposed to happen? The game is on. It's not the world. By the time Trump finish, somebody has come finish. At least in the next 15 years, they're going to redesign the world. Allegiance they change. You understand? So if una dey like, but una dey tell say Tinubu dey allow French, whatever. At this point, that's what they sign up for. As according to Obasanjo, the power is not in the. Yeah, he say, but you understand that the duty of power is not in using it, right? But understanding it, Obasanjo does understand power. And if you want me to say, the man in charge right now, Tinubu, understand power. So Jonathan is just an administrator. Yeah, in fact, in fact, I go for argue that one. Sef. I don't understand what that man be said. Huh? Yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't know who between Ture, Yaradua, and Mama Peace. I don't know who be the who I go give the credit to. When you talk of women that grace as rock, women that actually understand power. And I think going forward from next year, so maybe every Sunday, I will dey talk about women in politics, women in power rather. Those two women, there's something about those two women that the modern this edu better edu them whatever they call them to they need to learn about those two women. Ture, Erado Ture and what's it and Mama Peace. There's something about those two women that nah, the whole time it's just that they both lost at the end of the day, but not without a fight. Unlike Joe Biden. Joe Biden could not put up a fight like that. Push her out my house. Like say she tried to hold up, and allow they push her out. Ture fight. Ture yeah, they were whole strong. She surround her hospital with men that actually understand what they want. The same thing with Mama Peace. Mama Peace try. Mama Peace try, but you know, the African way of setting overtook the whole thing. She could not overpower her husband, right? And her husband chicken out. You know, those two women they hold their side. Anyway, Trump is even planning to buy Canada and Alaska CB. Now, this was not just when I leave. See, when I don't, when I see, if there's anything people should learn from to understand that Trump, one of the major reasons Trump made a president the first time because of the distraction that he presents to the people. Everybody is fiction on him, and they're forgetting that policy they run everywhere. He won't buy Canada, he won't buy how. You understand? It's trying to, at the time that they redesign the world. You understand? They redesign the world. First of all, it has to go through trade. Now, trade, the idea of globalization are just trade anyway. Make goods and services they go everywhere, so that some so it's just as the open. So now the things that with I think Obasanjo make let's just say something in that regard. See, I can't dey fear. As in, no be say I dey fear. I have a kind of see Obasanjo. This Obasanjo. I need to go listen to that Obasanjo interview for Arise because there's something that they are quoting him to have said here that I kind of I'm losing. I'm not I'm not happy because Obi's hope of becoming president at all at all has a lot to do with Obasanjo. Obasanjo power is 100% at this point invested in Pentagon and Environ, and it's nine contacts don't they go one by one. So Qatar is gone. Qatar na right hand man. Now they have to look up to the Bushes. The Bushes are not in this are not too aligned with Donald Trump's way of doing things. So I don't know. Obi's kind of a presidential ambition is kind of hanging in the balance. And if this is, I need to watch the interview to actually to make a final conclusion on this. Let me read what he said here, Obasanjo. So this morning, according to Arise, right? Say we wish all Nigerians a happy and prosperous New Year, and I will say to Nigerians, we are going through hardship, but they should never lose hope. I have Obasanjo, that guy. I don't know. He's a character. Able to the relative they thought they can't marry and get in thought say we are going through hardship. It's funny. But they should never lose hope. I am incurable optimistic about Nigeria and we have a great country. We are where we are is not where God wants us to be, and I believe that sooner than later we will get to where God wants us to be. Don't want Nigerians to be land flowing with milk and honey, not a desert, basket case of a country. God, oh God, this man, this this man. Oh, it's interesting. I want to see how the administration will respond to that. Anyway, that we are where we are is either by inadvertent or advantage action of our leaders and followers. This guy, imagine our followers to some extent, but God is God of great things for Nigeria. I believe God has great things for Nigeria in immediate future. I dey laugh because like what kind of like I know that I think the only stage I need to understand about these leaders is which kind of mind they get, to just they look straight into people's eyes and just to the throw lyrics. Like whatever draws because it's one of the clear eye. And I don't believe say these people they do that they get mind, they are do like not even do what they are doing, but just straight mind to the talk to you, trying to mm, feel as if they understand it and it's not there. Like I don't understand. But they'll still come to you and say that then and leaders be the problem. What the fuck is the leader? As if the leader himself tell you that the leadership is the problem. So it's fucking crazy, man. The way Obasanjo. So now he said that we are where we are is either by inadvertent or advertent action of our leaders and followers to some extent. But God is God. God is God of greatest for Nigeria. I believe God has greatest for Nigeria. It is in immediate future. I mean, we have a verse that they laugh. He just nah Shegu cause Shegu say make I no go hard up, make I no insult Obasanjo. So I make I just go laugh. I mean, now he had it. Whether anybody like it or not, the Americans, so speaking about United States President-elect Donald Trump, previous remarks about Nigeria, Obasanjo maintained that Nigeria needs to find a way to make Trump understand that the country is not where he described. So this is that's what I want to watch the interview. Make I actually know if actually this is actually start by responding to that question because I don't understand. It's plain tricky. Okay, let me read it first. He had it. What anybody likes, whether anybody like it or not, American people have decided that Trump will be their leader. That alone, starting like that says a lot. And Trump, being the American people's leader, will lead America for the next 4 years and will be the leaders of the world. In other words, we're saying that Democrats win. This is not how he's going to approach that kind of question. Anyway, let's go. America is the greatest country in the world for now. That's another thing again. Why would you conclude like, oh, you go for now? Right? Even if it's obvious, even if it's right there, but knowing his relationship with America, I mean, I am kind of, I'm worried. Anyway, see, America is the greatest country in the world for now. If it may change in a few years, maybe China will take over and become the largest economy or surpass America in terms of technology and military power. But for today, America is that country, and we cannot say we will have nothing to do with Trump. Nobody say we have nothing to do with Trump before. Or are you trying to take a shot at Tinubu administration? Because leading to the election, some of Tinubu's leaders that are leading towards the Democrat. So are you? Is this say what I'm saying? I hope say they answer about the Rotimi arrest. If they don't answer, they may then throw Arise TV away. Shegun and AB, I know you wanna watch that. Now, America is an enlightened interest in Africa, and we must tell him this is your interest and don't ignore it. We are ready to work with you. Give us the respect and dignity that is due to us. I don't understand where this guy they come from. Mhm. Yes, I mean, I was wondering like, why is he acting like that? That's crazy. You see dog won't catch well. I see the dog they take like he was so focused that I see which is this dog they target. Don't catch squirrel. Good luck. Anyway, let's go again with Obasanjo has an enlightened. See, America has an enlightened interest in Africa, and we must tell him this is your interest and don't ignore it. We are ready to work with you. Give us your respect and dignity that is due to us. Respect our citizens who are in your country. And let like what the fuck? Where is this coming from, Obasanjo? Why? You see, that's what I thought. there's the hill to obey presidency is becoming, even though Tinubu said the way they see well with France and but is he trying to play ignorance with the role? I don't know. I don't know. There's so much. I'm reading so many meaning to this interview. So I need to watch out first because so far I mean, uh, power will change, but the power that be right now in DC and in Asurok are pretty much good. They're working in a very smooth, and I believe the contract that was agreed on for the next 10 to 15 years. But Trump come is Obasanjo trying to tell us that that contract might be altered by the incoming administration, and that might, I don't know. Is that, am I going too far? Anyway, I'll leave that side. Let's talk about what brought us here today. Jonathan should have made Ture Yaradua his VP. Well, yeah, I did laugh because Jonathan, well, that's the whole point of that he doesn't understand power. Not that say what you talk that is the possibility if you do have, but to even think and say him, even if he has what it takes, even that is even will be acceptable by the power that be. I don't. It's not just good luck. That's not. I don't know. Leave that guy. That guy not born again Christian. He approached power like a born again Christian, and I think that's what happened. That's why they were able to crucify him the way they did. I just good luck now. Good luck case. Good luck is the only president that is the only leader we have that his administration took a turn from the Western uh, agenda to, I don't know where they carry and go, boy. Since he was against the the structure that Obasanjo ushered in, I know it was it was a good thing. Whoever it benefited, but I know that a lot of the power that be will be differentiated, and you can see their conventions. They don't even really need any incentive for them to come together and show the guy out. Let's see again. What's there in the headline? Now, I don't know, for some reason we keep coming back to this ideology or the obedience and the two arrowhead right now in the south. So yesterday listening to the Dr. 90 Minutes Africa by Dr. Dameji. After their guests don't go, there's a guy who was, I don't know what, because I didn't know, I don't see his start of his phone. I don't know who spoke. I really don't actually get a full picture of where the conversation was heading. But as soon as I turn in, I just happened to meet the guy, hear the guy talking about trying to draw. Um, it's not in the line of what I want to talk about today, which is Obi and Shoei, but he alluded to uh, Moravian block and Casablanca block. And that immediately just take me to a different, I was like, holy shit. I never hear anybody talk about this before. Like, not the only time I hear about that in details was the Nigerian version of Casablanca Moravian block is actually an offspring of the Pan-African movement and the Western, that's pretty much the Pan-African ideologues and those that believe in nation state as we have it, which it is the fight between the faction led by Kwame Nkrumah, who are pretty much the Casablanca blocks, who are very rigid and they don't want negotiation. They don't want anything to do with the West. They pretty much leaning towards the Soviet Union at that time. I mean, this is in the 60s. So when they talk about what is happening in the 60s happening again. So there's so many things that you can just point that actually happening today. So until that guy talk about that Monrovia and Casablanca blocks, then I remember I say, yeah. Then there's another faction led by the other side of by the Moroccan leader who lean towards Monrovia, who lean towards the West, who are saying every country should have their own independence instead of having a union that's a bloc and all that. So the conversation I started, this is the 40s, enter 60s, 40s, 50s, then eventually what's it called? Independence starts partaking everywhere, and that conversation goes on. But at the end of the day, what I really wanted to stay on, at the end of the day, they've all set their ideology down and merge to form what they have then as AOAU, African Union. So it was African Union was the combination of the ideology of Pan Africanism and Pan Europeanism, I should say, right? But they come together and give us what we then have as African Union. Then African Union from there it just begin to spiral to African Organization of African Unity, now Union and blah blah blah, and until all those people were taken out of power. Then if you bring that narrow it down to the Nigerian struggle, the Casablanca, the Moravian bloc, who is pretty much in the leadership of Awolowo, Zik, and Anthony Nahoro, who are now Americanized, right? Who are Americanized? Who are saying every Nigerian should still adopt or still align with the Western way of governance, right? Then, as soon as in the 60s, early 60s, then in the 1960s, I mean, then the Casablanca guys, led by the likes of Akintola, Willem, and Zired, who were pretty much leaning toward the Pan Africanism and say, no, we should not go with the Western way of governance. We should have our own African way. I mean, it was a rigorous debate. If you happen to stem into some books and texts that talks about this conversation, just like the conversation we are having today between the obedience and the take it back and way how the country should be governed going forward. But these two people at the end of the day again, both the Casablanca guy and the Moravian guy, she come together and at the end of the day give us the kind of government that we have that still lead up to today. But my point there is at the end of the day, because people they wonder how the British how the North they get the upper hand and all that. Why there's this fight of ideology going on within the South? Those people are forming one united front, right? And all they do was to just align with the Moravian caucus that actually go with the British and the Western way of life and see where the power just so, and that's exactly the same thing is happening, right? Why the North are busy preparing for a one united front against 2027 and 2031, when I just wait there, so at the end of the day, it's still going to be a loss situation. So there's so much between that Moravian blogs and Casablanca guys, and which is still our history today. See the conversations that I see going on from then to now. Middle pace. Please, of you, where is your stand in Nigerian race? Which one be Nigerian race again now? I stand for the struggling of freedom fighters, Africa for Africa. Where are you, people in the struggle? In my God, They beat your language from me, and you want it. I lost, man. What did they talk? Say, I don't understand. I don't understand. Middle piece. You are everywhere, so make it. Moses, I get you. Middle piece. Make what are you? What are you? As in, where are you? You are talking Africa. Africa. You are talking about the Nigerian race. You are my God. You are slavery like. Just there's so much going on. So uh, help me out. Help me out. Narrow your concern. Narrow your question to me for me. Narrow down your question for me. Middle piece. So Nigeria is the land of vibrant culture, resilient people, and complex history. From the regional tension of the Moravian bloc and the Casablanca bloc to the modern day movement of the Obedience and Take It Back, our nation has always been it's just a fabric of diverse voice and competing interests. As we navigate the intricacies of our past, we must also confront the challenge of our present. The echoes of regionalism, ethnicity, and ideology continue to shape our national discourse. Maybe today. You say we talk generally, all is about the concept as a people. I still don't get you, but I think if I want to understand where you are coming from, I think you want to you you want to know where I stand. I should be. I'm not. I don't know how to say this. I'm not. You are trying to boss me to one corner. I want to say, oh, make I. I'm an issue based person. You understand? Yes, everything is connected, but the position that we are right now as a race, as a people, we need to narrow our solution to that fabric one at a time, one issue by issue. There's a reason why they throw everything at us at the same time. So somebody is even actually asking out there, what is the truth? Or are we just having too much information? Sitting line between that. So I don't get you. All is about the concept of the people. Yeah, you are talking about African. Generally, you are talking about middle piece. You talk many things at the same time. So you say think wisely. So I know understand you. You are everywhere. The Nigerian issue, you talk Nigeria, you talk Africa for Africa, you talk of slave, you talk of God, you talk of these are like can you make it make sense to me so that we can have a good conversation. Educate me, I will educate you. I don't understand what your concern. So what I mean, you know be say I don't maybe I disagree with what you're saying, but I don't literally understand what you are saying. I know be say I know agree or I don't understand. So I don't know what you talk. If you're still waiting for your comments, Trump is even planning to buy Canada. Like, I don't understand why you now go to talk all those kind of things. But you be buy Canada and Alaska. Now you get Alaska. Alaska no be America. How do you tell me to the able the like, bro? So you say Trump is trying to like my brother. I don't be Trump is a leader. I don't care about his personality. I care about policy that goes on. There's nothing like buying Canada and Alaska. Alaska is part of America already. Maybe they carry me like when I said Nigeria should buy Bakassi, like what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like as a middle face, I am from Nigeria, okay. By birth, I am a black man and African descent. Okay, okay. Does that mean? And who they disagree? Who they now you and you they quarrel with that or say you need to be Nigeria, say you need to be black. So what does that mean? My middle piece. What are you going? You going with that? AB, you want me to answer a question wey no follow? You say you wan buy Canada, Alaska, and you actually want me to spend my small brain dey think about life. Does that even make sense? If you dey calm down now, I meant Greenland. Like, okay, you meant Greenland. Trump is not buying any. Like, how do you? Okay, you know my problem with some kind things when some kind statement. You know my problem. It's just so like study the country first, the country, the America. You understand? Just study out. You go understand. Say yes, something very good. You just talk say no point in natural. Now this one I just that doesn't even make sense first. Say Trump won't buy Alaska. He won't buy Greenland and Alaska. Alaska is part of America, so I don't get it. But as a city president, once you begin hearing more like that, then you should know about everything. Don't want buy anything. Me and you know go know about time. We only know say it don't happen, but it's not even conceivable that that's what is there. So now, uh, please say black man don't want to see black man grow. Okay, okay. So again. So I mean, I'm confused. First of all, you say you are from Nigeria. No, I don't know. I don't know why that's important. Okay, and nobody disagree with you. You say by birth, fine. You say you are a black man. You are African. You are a black man, and African descent. On point. Okay. Then you say black man don't want to see black man grow. I don't know. Am I supposed to be? I don't. What you want me to say? What you want me to say? Huh? I mean, help me while I dey wait because that's my problem. I know when I come to have the conversation, we now turn out to gossip. Okay, but I'm still with you. Let's go. What you getting at? So as we navigate the intricacies of our challenge, and okay, as our past, we must also confront our challenge of the present. The echoes of religion, regionalism, ethnicity, and ideology continue to shape our national discourse. Yet, amidst this complexity, there is hope. The obedience and take it back movement presents a new generation of Nigeria demanding change, accountability, and good governance. As we move forward, let us draw lessons from our past, engage with the complexity of our present, and strive for a brighter future, one that is built on just equity and the collective aspiration of our people. And I think me personally, my main problem with these two movements is them not seeing behind in their leader, that person. If you cannot see beyond that, then there's a problem. That's why all of them they are aiming at the same goal, but they don't seem to see it like that. And our forefathers were in that position before, but they work it out. Yes, even if you disagree with the outcome of that coming together, then that's where you need to work in from there, knowing that your ideology we cannot carry the day solely without compromising. So again, I when you say make I educate you, you educate me on what? I like you native keep your culture. Don't be afraid of the word now. Middle place. I seriously I don't know the conversation you want to have. What kind of conversation you want to have? I mean your native clothes. So, and does anybody stop you from wearing your native clothes? Hello, Abby. Anybody stop me wearing your native clothes? Anybody that like here? I want to know the kind of conversation you want to have. Eh? I like the clothes you wear. Okay, so make I will leave you for comment section. Make I because you are throwing me off of my piece, the lecture that I put together today. Huh? About the lesson that we need to learn, the conversation that was held before we were born, is still the same conversation that is still going on. Why? What did we learn from there? What should we throw away? Now let me see the argument. See the argument. Middle piece. Listen to this. See the argument they were having about language and education between the Casablanca guys and the Monrovian guys. I think in this case, one if I want to draw a conclusion like that, I say the Obedience are more of the Monrovian guys blog, while the Take It Back are more of the Casablanca guys. More straightforward and action. So on language and education policy, right? Language and education policies were indeed a point of contention between the Moravian blocks and the Casablancan blocks. Here are some of the specifics there, as in what actually contribute to the tension, just like the tension that we are having between these two groups whenever they come together in terms of debate. So on language policy, the choice of an official language for Nigeria was a contentious issue. The Moravian bloc preferred English, while the Casablanca advocated for the recognition of indigenous language. You see, this conversation, you don't take, right? So the Moravian guy, we are leaning towards what the British wants, what the Americans want, what the West pretty much, right? Why the Casablanca guy are more native Agbo like me, village people. So, so you see, this is back in the 60s. This is before pre-independent and early independence. So now on language, the language of instruction in schools was another point of debate. The Moravian bloc favor English, while the Casablanca pushed for the use of local language. Up to today, we are still going back and forth on that. Ab, Ama you be. Thank you for the super chat. Obedience movement, that's Omololu. Obedience movement, take it back movement are launched already, but movement of the people (MOP) must be integrated because it addresses the locality where it is the only area you can make progress in Nigeria. My guy, I apologize for that. You're right. You are right. I think if you go back, I don't know when you start to join my platform. I am one person that said if there's any movement I want to be physically involved in, is the MOP movement led by Shehu Wabi. I totally agree. The ideology is that of Pan-Africanism. The ideology is purely in line with the Casablanca bloc, both that of Nigeria and that of the Pan-African movement led by Kwame Nkrumah. I totally agree with you. Now, the question is that I think if you I don't know who you know within the MOP, I would like to actually have a conversation with you on this platform because I fuck with those people, man. I fuck with the MOP. I actually register and they always get a newsletter every month. So yes, we should include them in the conversation. And I think that is because they are not out there as much as that of Obedient and Take It Back movement, right? I agree. I think that's so. That's you. Anyway, starting from January 1st, I think I will have a I will thank you there. Thank you, man. Thanks. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Appreciate that. That's a very good one. Malolu. Yes. MOP is it. MOP is the shit. Agree. So education funding now. Still between the Casablanca guys, right? So their belief that the only on funding. Say the two groups disagree on how to allocate funding for education. So with the Moravian bloc advocating for greater investment in Western style education, and the Casablanca bloc pushing for more resources for traditional and vocational education. When Obigo dey brag say, "Oh, I convinced the school to take the school back to the missionary." That's pretty much it. That's what the West wants. So it's plain to that. And the only person that I think had different ideology than that is that of MOP. Now you scatter the conversation today, Omololu. I think you understand where my thinking day. What I try to get across. That I think that's where you're able to bring MOP into the conversation. I like that. I'll come out again because of you tomorrow. No movement in Nigeria that can fix the situation in Nigeria. That's your belief. It's okay. It's nothing. It will take the. But if you said that, coalition of movement can bring it to be. Or what do you think, middle piece? If no movement can do it, coalition of movement will do it. And I think that's what always gets it done. If you have to take the coalition of people, each each movement is pretty much evolution. So it is the evolution that led to revolution. It has to evolve from all what you are saying today is now evolution, right? All the movements. The day it will come together, the day they will align, that's the revolution that people are yearning for. That's when it's gonna happen. So on language policy, language of government, the two groups disagrees on the language of to be used in government transactions. With the Moravian bloc favoring English and the Casablanca bloc advocating for the use of local languages. Only the concept as a people can achieve that. I agree, but the concept as a people is still not going to achieve anything if you don't attach the word organized. Only organized people bring change. Only organized people can get anything done. And you can also agree with me, what is going on is an organization already, even though it's coming from a political party, movement, or mobilization, which is what I said is I regard as evolution, right? So the people that you are talking about are coming together in different forms and organization already, which is the likes of Take It Back, the Concosia, the obedient movement, right? So that is the people, right? And now for them to achieve that, it have to come together at a point. Most of the time, it turns to be evolution, revolution, civil war, however you want to be, but it has to take the combination of organized group of people to achieve that, which is decentralization. Of course, centralization means you are able to bring one different ideologue, different belief, different into one accord. That's pretty much what centralization is all about. Now, the cause and prone is that centralization, and how you now decide to control the power. Are you going to just take it in one place, or you push it around? Which is a lot of people think to see is the list of centralization. Now, language in media debate arose over the language to be used in the media, including newspaper, radio, and television. That is crazy, man. So a lot of things were actually it's just the same thing that is going on now. And it's all about influence, right? Language and cultural identity. The Casablanca bloc saw language as the essential part of the cultural identity and advocated for a greater recognition and promotion of indigenous languages. So the Moravian bloc and the Casablanca bloc. So if you want to actually go back historically, what are the key differences? What they have in common with today? You see, but Nigeria and Nigerians not centralized. That's why we have all this contestation going on, right? But again, you have to be we have to be very specific in our line of centralization. Our what because one can argue that American system of government is centralized. Somebody can also argue that the British government is centralized. The Chinese government is a centralized government. So, what direction are we going to? But these three governments have system of controlling power different differently. So the obedient are supporters of Peter Obi, a Nigerian politician who ran for presidential in 2023, right? Now, let's put a face to the figures of, let's see the key differences here. Why the Take It Back movement is that of Oshowore, that's African Action Congress. Now, the key difference is here, historical context. The Monrovia bloc and the Casablanca bloc emerged during the Nigerian early independence period, while the Obedience and Take It Back movement are recent. Let's see, no, make I bring some light on some other policies that they argue on that is laughable too. The idea of federal character quota system. Let's see what the Casablanca and the Moravian guys. Let's see the argument on quota system, federal character, and all that. Federal character. Debate over the federal character principle, which aims to ensure representation and inclusion of all regions, contributed to tensions between these two people. Now, quota system, competing view on the quota system, which allocates a position and resources based on regional quota and creates a regional system. State creation, debate over state creation and recognition of Nigeria's administration system contributed to the tension. Local government autonomy, competitive vision for local government autonomy and decentralization created tension. Traditional institution role, debate over the role of traditional institution in modern Nigeria contributed to the tension. Resource control, competing claims to control resources and manage natural gas such as oil and gas created tension. Environmental degradation, economic diversification, infrastructural development, like every single one of the problems that they have before they even form the country is still the same problem. And most important thing, we are still arguing the same line of argument that they could not get them anyway. To say first, our international morality is at stake. Nigeria must rise. I don't know. So every time when they talk, say, these old men know something that we don't know. And I made them they actually do what they are doing. I think it's a center at most of these nuances that this debate that we are having as we had before. So see the difference between the Moravians and the Casablanca, the argument they were having on how even the country should even start in the first place, right? Agreement. Both groups share the ultimate goals of achieving Nigerian independence from the British colonial rule, right? And you can also argue that both the Obedient and Taking Back movement agree that the current government ain't going, it's not working, it's not taking us anywhere, right? Now, on nationalism, both factions were driven by a strong sense of nationalism and a desire for self-governance. Anti-colonialism, both groups opposed British colonial rules and sought to end it. Now, how to approach it is where the problem is. But first of all, just listen to the key figures, the people. Dr. Dameji, that's a good one. You say that I mean, years ago. Check the Federalist paper. That's one of my favorite things to read. But see, Dr. Dameji, Dr. Dameji. So what are you getting at now? Eh? The point is, both at the end of the day, Jefferson and Madison work together, right? At the end of the day, the likes of the Casablanca guys, the likes of Samuel, the Akintola, the Amadou Bello, the Tafa Balewa, they still end up working with the Moravian guys, which is Zeke, Awolowo, and Enahoro. They still end up working together. What is wrong with the obedience and the taking back movement that they don't want to work together? Eh? If at the end of the day, the likes of Kwame Nkrumahs and the led by who lead the Casablanca bloc, we're talking about on the broader scheme of things now, and the other guys who work together and form the African Union that metamorphosed to what we have today. The Jefferson, as I said, 228 years ago, the argument was a very tedious argument on how the country. None of them believe in democracy, by the way, but they find a way to work together, right? So my own question now, Dr. Ravi, thank God you are in the conversation. What is wrong with your friends? Eh? Obi na your town man, they say we na your partner in crime. So what's wrong? Why can't they work together? Just two group of people from time, different ideology. That's how the nation state they always are. People can never be on the same side, but they have to find a way to get it done. And it's a continuous process. That's why that of America is still going. Dr. Dameji, you that block me, you are here. Wahala. Ah. Now look at their disagreement here. Disagreements between these two people. The Moravian bloc advocated for the more gradual cooperation approach with the British, while the which is what Obi want. Obi believe that the system we can still work within the system and fix it. Right? We can still fix it. Which is pretty much what the Moravian guys are saying. While the Casablanca guys are pushing for more rapid progress and was willing to use radical tactics. Bama Showode, let's burn the whole shit down. Put everybody in jail, right? Paraphrasing. It's the same character. Now, method of negotiation. Now, this is where my core argument is, my concern is the method of negotiation. The Moravian bloc preferred to negotiate within the British through diplomatic channel, while the Casablanca guys was more inclined to use mass protests and demonstration to pressure the British. The Obidients are ready to go with it, let's we can do with the election, we can do this. Take it back and say, man, fuck that shit. Revolution. Now let's get it. It's the same fucking character. It's the same people too. Obi is still heavily within the Awolowo like. So let's go. Now that we dey see the how our grandfather did it, but even the them they fuck up, they still end up having the civil war. I mean, Dr. Rameji. Even America too, end up having a civil war. Eh? The more civil war in between. We are women. America was to have another civil war recently, but they avoided it. The elite guesses. The elite revisited their old plug, the plug where their grandfather used, where their Madison used. They go revisit the plug, the supplier. Now they see that they come. If we do anyhow this election, we will see anyhow. So, do you think our leaders, will get to that point as they come in order to avoid another second civil war come in 2031 to 2030? Are they going to get sense and sit down and they come? Mo could do something. No, that's see, Dr. Dameji. That is how you see the conversation from 1776 or 1960 or 1940 50s in Africa continent or today 2023 onward. It's all the same shit. It's all the same. So, Dr. Dameji, Middle Peace, I will take a look at what happened. Middle Peace, maybe na make I let me make an allegation. Maybe na show nine block you. So Dr. Dameji, she say my conversation is always in line with reality. Now let's go to the ideological differences. The Monrovia tended to the liberal and Western oriented, while the Casablanca was more radical and nationalistic in nature, which is where MOP come into play, thanks to Omololu. Dr. Dameji, I know say that is Omololu again. Dr. Dameji, I know say I never, I don't know. I think that thing it hit me a couple of days ago. I was like, why Dr. Dameji never bring Sheung? Dr. Dameji, are you working on that? I want to get it. If you can get it, I think you have what it takes, you have more resources to get him. Go get him. That will be a game changer because tomorrow I will do show that actually highlights what your 90 minutes Africa actually did so far this year. It's at the top of the game. But go get Shehu. Yes, you are right, Ovi. I'm always right, middle piece, always right. Even Dr. Amidi knows I'm always right. The movement will eventually have a stop or end. The stop will either be in house or tent. The stop point is always taken to the new position. That what makes some place. Sorry for that blocking. So I think I am ready to be on the side of the MOP. I think this year should be the year where MOP go go launch themselves into the mainstream conversation of the Nigerian polity. They tried to register the movement as a party. I think it didn't work out. I'm pretty much quoting the leader of the group now, which is Sheung, what he's saying. I think there's that time. He has done well to create a narrative that is more nationalistic, as you actually put it. They are more nationalistic in approach than the rest of these people that are parading themselves from Chatham House to Dr. Damage's house in studios in New York to Geneva to Abuja. So let's take more from Monrovia blog and see. They were both competing for British attention. That's even
call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Oh, we.
Please leave your message for.
Shut up.
Nigerians insist that they have to impress their neighbors and other people, that they eat foreign rice. I said, no rice. You either you eat what you grow what you eat, or you die. I think I tried to make my point. And later, Nigeria appreciated it because it provides more jobs. People go back to the land. We have the land, and we produce what we eat. I have only 6 more days to go. And I try to plan to be as far away from Abuja as possible. And thank goodness I came from an area which is farthest away from Abuja. I said, if anybody force move, I establish good relationship with my neighbors. The Nigerian people will defend me. Thank you very much.
The thing I need all of you to know is this: I am not unmindful of the sacrifices that you have made to be here today. May the grace of God find and locate you wherever you are. Amen. It is not ever an easy journey when you are fighting evil. Yes. At all. But some years back, before I started this work, God told me very clearly, and I heard it very clearly. He says, once have I spoken, once has he spoken, twice have I heard. He says, the truth is enough. It is the only weapon by which you can slay the monster called Nigeria. The truth, nothing else. In my public advocacy, in my fight and my wars against this evil empire that we all live in, I have never lied against anyone. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know. That's true.
You asked. Any Nigerian who is still hanging around waiting for 2023 to change Nigeria is a fool. Line 20 Daily Faroti me up and ask them to become president of Nigeria. 20 of me, 20. Multiply their brain power by 10, factor of 10, and then force them to operate the 1999 Constitution with the governance system that is enshrined in it. We shall fail spectacularly. The problem of Nigeria can never be resolved by personnel changes. The system is designed with impunity undergirding it, and it can never deliver anything positive to the Nigerian peoples. Be those Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, whatever they care to be. Make an Igbo man president of Nigeria in 2023 and force him to operate the 1999 Constitution. Complete waste of time. Igbo will continue to suffer the brunt of the wickedness of the Nigerian state. Every Nigerian is rendered stateless by the 1999 Constitution. It is an iniquitous, wicked, and evil document. It has nothing good for the Nigerian people. And the longer we continue to fool ourselves believing, and let me enter one quick caveat. Our rulers are actually very intelligent when they care to be, especially when it comes to their own preservation. And I know as a fact that they are already making noises about restructuring in Abuja, the Mace Snatcher and the Lawan and that one that calls himself Baja. All of them are sat there running helter-skelter, cobbling together some lies that they intend to sell to us as constitutional, what do they call it, amendment. Let's be clear. You cannot continue to build on top of lies. You can't sustain that lie. And as long as justice is missing in a place, you continue to have strife. We need to tell ourselves the truth, and that truth is that the closest we can come to normalcy in Nigeria is to have a return to the original agreements that founded this country. Those agreements are very clear in their fundamentals. One of them, federal system. Nigeria is today not a federal system. Let's stop lying to ourselves. The word federal was brought to life by the American election. Each state has its own electoral body because it is essentially a country within a larger country. That was what our fathers agreed. Nobody agreed a situation where a clueless man will sit down inside a rock and begin to issue edicts and diktats to every other person. Nobody signed on for that in 1960. All the constitutional conferences, beginning from 1948 all the way to the 1951, all the way to 1960, each and every one of them was very clear and unambiguous. Nigeria was meant to be a federal system based on parliamentary democracy. It wasn't by accident that our fathers settled on parliamentary democracy. They wanted to make democracy as close to the people as it could be. So it simply meant that if you're a parliamentarian, you knew your people knew you. It was the aggregation of the parliamentarians that determined who became the prime minister, and they were also the ones at the regional level who determined who became the premier. So democracy was devolved. It was easier for the people to become involved. What we have today is not a democracy. What we have today is not a federation. We've just become a nation of liars who readily accept every lie that we are told.
Let's see what those our grandfather were talking about constitutional debate. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
You think leadership is a common case? No. Esther said, if I perish, I perish. Whenever you are in leadership, look at what happened to Donald Trump. In America, where security is everywhere. Yet, 2 times now they wanted to kill him. Every profession has its own risk. If you're not willing to take the risk that is attached to any profession, step aside so that people who are given that mind by God will go ahead and serve God in that capacity. If you're an actor and an actress and you say you're not going to hug babes and you're not going to kiss them, step aside. Because that's what the job is. Don't come and say you're a born-again Christian. That's what the job entails. If you're a politician and you can't stand for your people that voted for you, and because you don't want to die, step aside. Because that's what the job entails. Any politician that is not behaving like Simfubara, who will resist and protest when his rights are trampled upon, knowing that our judicial system, knowing that our electoral system have failed us, that any politician who will not stand his ground, no matter the risk to his person, I said I will not speak for that politician again, and I maintain it. And you can see what is happening, because we can't go forward. We calm down. If Simfubara has been saying calm down, do you know where River State would have been? He said he's ready for them. He's fully prepared. The election must go on.
Brethren, we'll close church for today. We don't try. For now, I mean, I'll be back in the next 3 hours. Watch out for another section. Until then, thank you. Peace, middle peace. Omalolu. Maybe I should have a session on MOP. Damage. Thank you guys for your time and everyone who has watched. Anybody who come watch, anybody who share anything, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that we can go to the next level. And to AB, appreciate your super chat. Thank you, man. See you guys later.